Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on the Football Stories, and today we're going to look at 10 predictions of things that might potentially happen at this year's World Cup that's happening in Qatar and what will potentially happen on our TV screens in front of us. Coming in at number 10, Qatar will be knocked out in the group stage. The World Cup hosts every edition automatically qualify to the World Cup, and this year's edition, as we know, will be in Qatar, and Qatar will feature in their very first World Cup in terms of football. But the prediction isn't the country won't fare well. It will simply be that they won't actually qualify for the second round of the World Cup. However, history is on the side of Qatar, as every host nation has actually been able to escape the group stages and been able to go on to the next rounds. It was only in 2010 when South Africa were not able to escape the group stages, but ever since 1930, when Uruguay was the host nation and coincidentally also went on to win the World Cup, every nation apart from South Africa have either escaped the group stages and gone on to bigger and better things. Even the co-hosts of South Korea and Japan in 2002 managed to escape the group stage. So no pressure on Qatar, but we think they're going to be the second nation that won't do this. Coming in at number 9, the below equator countries will fare better. Qatar is in the middle of a desert and in the Middle East, and is principally why the World Cup has been moved from its normal spot in the summer to more towards the winter, with an average temperature of 30 degrees in this time, but a very dry climate as well. And this could be a shock to some players who are adjusted to the winter conditions of Europe potentially, and this would favor the nations who are in a hotter climate than those that aren't. So this could cause a bit of an upset. Potentially we could see nations like Germany, who have principally most of the players in the Bundesliga, or other nations struggle with this. England, for instance. Coming in at number 8, Denmark will be the surprise team at the World Cup. Denmark are definitely an interesting football nation with plenty of interesting players like Christian Eriksen, and they could be our dark horse for this year's World Cup, as they managed to even beat the defending champions France in the Nations League. So perhaps the plucky Nordic nation can improve on their best ever performance and even manage to reach the semi-finals or even the final, but that might be a bit of a long shot. Coming in at number 7, England will underachieve. England and the World Cup are two things that don't seem to go quite together since 1966, when Bobby Moore lifted the trophy, and every World Cup it seems that the nation of England try to put the pressure on the team to finally break that drought. However, they did do really well at the Euros, so potentially Gareth Southgate has culminated a squad that can do something very special at this World Cup. However, I think the ambitions of the country and the team will put a lot of pressure on this young squad, and potentially it is more the 2026 World Cup that we should look forward to England being one of the top dogs. So I think that this won't be the World Cup, but let me know in the comments if you disagree with me, of course. Coming in at number 6, the re-energized Cristiano Ronaldo returns. Cristiano Ronaldo's turmoil with Manchester United has been very publicized, even Ronaldo himself going on record with Piers Morgan on how he's felt unwanted at the club despite being arguably the best player in the world. So we think that the World Cup campaign will be a welcome break from the club drama for Ronaldo, and him being the captain of Portugal and the highest goal scorer for his nation could definitely be a motivator for Ronaldo in potentially his last World Cup to see his nation to a lot of glory, and we think he's going to be eager to put the drama behind him at Manchester United and remind the world just how good he is as well. Coming in at number 5, Lewandowski will be the top scorer of the World Cup. The odds-on favorite for this accolade, top scorer of the World Cup, is Cristiano Ronaldo. However, I think maybe we could see Robert Lewandowski eager to perform well after a mixed start at his new team FC Barcelona. Lewandowski is the captain for Poland. He is the player with the most caps as well for Poland, and the top scorer with 76 goals going into the World Cup. So all this is in the favor of Lewandowski, and he definitely will be the center focus of the team, and there's a huge potential for him to make a huge tally in the group stage, as he will be facing both Mexico and Saudi Arabia, which would mean that Poland have a good chance of even going further in the tournament, Argentina being the only other team in the group. Coming in at number 4, France will be knocked out of the group stage. In the World Cup, there seems to be an apparent curse on the defending champions going into the next World Cup, where the winners of the previous edition struggle in the first round. France have been a victim of this curse before. In 2002, which incidentally was in Asia as well, they were the reigning champions from the 1998 edition. However, they struggled in the group stage, losing to Denmark, losing to Senegal, and drawing to Uruguay. So we think this year, with Denmark being in their group again and having been beaten by Denmark recently, that history could repeat itself once again, and Kylian Mbappe and his teammates might be suffering from the same fate very disappointingly, and we're not going to see Mbappe holding that trophy once again. Coming in at number 3, Belgium will be the strongest European team. Belgium is having an incredible golden generation on their roster currently, with names such as Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne on their team, with many of their squads being based in the best teams in the biggest leagues in the world. However, they have not quite cracked the big honors in terms of winning tournaments, and we think with this more matured squad and more experience on their hands, they will be hoping to improve on their third place from the 2018 World Cup, and potentially they will be the best card for Europe. Coming in at number 2, the final will be an all South American affair. The Simpsons do not agree with this prediction, as they predicted Spain versus Brazil in the final, and reluctantly I have to disagree with one of the best shows in the world, but my prediction is an all South American contest, with Brazil led by Neymar facing Argentina led by Messi, producing a huge game between the two PSG titans. This would, however, mean that one of them would have to win the group and the other one would have to finish second in order for them to face off in the final, but this could be a very big hurdle as they are arguably the strongest teams in their groups respectively. But stranger things have happened in the World Cup, so maybe the stars will align and Brazil versus Argentina will be our final. Before going into number 1, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we are hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the World Cup. Coming in at number 1, Argentina will win the World Cup. Argentina is still haunted by their 2014 defeat at the hands of Germany, and with their aging talisman Lionel Messi probably at his last World Cup, the team will definitely be eager to furnish the superstar with a World Cup to add to his absolutely incredible glittering career. And Argentina are certainly coming with a stellar squad, and once again we could see the team lift the World Cup for the first time in a very long time, and Lionel Messi managing to match the iconic photos of Diego Maradona in the number 10 lifting the World Cup as well. But that is all speculation at this point. That's basically it for this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment down below what your predictions are of this World Cup in Qatar and who do you think will win it. But make sure to subscribe. As always, thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.